Okay guys, so I am going to attempt to do talk throughs. Since this is a very quick look that I just feel like it's easier if I can talk through it. I don't do talk throughs because I talk way too much, so let's see if we can do this. This is how I normally start all my makeup. I mean, my hair's not done, all pulled back, I'm still in my PJs, sitting on my bed. This is how I do my makeup right in front of the window. But I've done this look in the car. So what I do is if I am just doing this quick look, which usually takes me 10 minutes, I tend to focus more on the skin, just having that flawless base if I'm gonna do more of that quick, easy, natural look. So these are my two favorite foundations to mix right now. I have a very weird skin tone where I have a very yellow undertone. This right here is mostly freckles, really. I have some freckles through here, so that's why that's a different color. But anyways, my skin is dry, but I enjoy a matte finish. I don't want to look like I've been working out in a gym. I do enjoy a good highlight where I want it, but I don't want the all over glow that some people are looking for. So what I do is I just have this little Bath & Body Works lid. I actually got the idea from a different YouTuber called That Taylor. So what I do is I just mix the two on here. If I'm in the car, I don't necessarily want to bring this. I will maybe just do one, or I'll just do a couple dots on my face of each. But if I'm at home still wanting to do a 10-minute look or every day, whatever, I will still use this. Left, which really isn't much, I like to drag it down my neck. Even if my foundation matches me perfectly, which is kind of a hard thing to do when you're pale and have yellow undertone, because most really pale shades are more of a pink undertone, so the yellow ones are a little too dark, which is okay because I've learned to kind of fix it with concealer. But I always drag it down my neck even if it were to match perfectly, because the foundation does change the texture of your skin and I want it to look seamless. At this point, I will either take my foundation brush, which is the It Cosmetics brushes for Ulta, in the Airbrush Complexion, which kind of just has like a slanted here and it's super soft. I have been enjoying this giant Real Techniques makeup sponge just because I feel like it does give me the extra moisture into my skin, but sometimes I'll use a brush still. I'm gonna go ahead and use the sponge. It's wet, so when you wet it, it gets about twice the size and then kind of applies moisture back into your skin. Okay, and now my foundation is nice and blended. I do feel like probably would get better coverage if you use the brush, but like I said, my skin has been so dry, especially lately. I really enjoy using this sponge, just kind of putting more moisture back into my skin, and it just kind of helps it not cake around any dry spots or, you know, make it look cakey, because I feel like when you do have dry skin at times, your foundation just sits weird where it looks like if you're trying to do a full coverage or even more like a sheer, it will just kind of cake up in weird places. And I don't feel like I get that when I use my sponge. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and conceal, and I usually opt for my Anastasia concealer in 0.75. It's one of the lighter ones and it's in the pot. It's a full coverage concealer. I love it. It's my favorite. I just apply it with the Urban Decay Vice 2 brush. It just came with that palette. Or if I don't want to bother with using a pot concealer with a brush, because that's kind of annoying, especially if I'm trying to do my makeup in the car, I will opt for my LA Girl concealer. I do like this. This is pretty yellow tone. This is the shade Porcelain. I'm not sure if they have a shade lighter than this or not, but I do like that it is brightening. I would say it's a medium coverage, but it does already have a little applicator on there, so it's really nice for an on-the-go use. Then you don't need to bring a brush and you can just go like this. Out of the two though, this is my favorite one to use, so I'm gonna use this one today. It just covers so much better. I'm a full coverage type of girl, especially if I'm going for a quick and easy makeup. Like I said, I want my base to be looking flawless. obviously my face is concealed and I like to double my concealer as a highlighter. It's just easier. I like that brightening look. This looks like a lot of concealer, and it is. I like to do my makeup this way. You don't have to apply it just this way. Everybody's face shape is different, and this is the most flattering for mine. So you just do whatever suits your face, or if you don't want to do this much, then you don't. But at this point, I would either take my brush again, the same foundation brush, or my sponge, or a mixture of the two. But like I said, I've been really enjoying this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this all out with my sponge again. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and set all of that. This is my e.l.f. HD setting powder. I really love this. I feel like it's very comparable to some high-end ones, and I think it's $5 or $6. I'm just gonna take a Real Techniques brush and set where I put all that concealer, and then with a bigger, fluffier Real Techniques brush, I'm gonna set the rest of my face. Okay, and then at this point, just to add a little dimension into here, I'm going to go ahead and get into my Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm going to use a blending brush from Milani Cosmetics. I'm just going to go into this taupe color right here. It's a very like ashy, cool tone shade, so it's just going to give me that nice shadow, and I'm just going to put it right into like the socket line here. Can you see the difference that it makes just adding a little shadow? And then I'm just going to go ahead and curl my lashes. And then my favorite mascara right now is the Essence Get Big Lashes. I'm just going to do a healthy coat on each lash. Do a second coat after I give this a chance to really dry, but I will move on to other parts of my face for now. I'm gonna go ahead and get into my Anastasia contour kit. This Studio M blush brush, I'm actually gonna use it for bronzer to bring some color back into our skin. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with this really warm one, and I'm just gonna kind of dust it on my cheeks and my forehead, where places I would normally put bronzer, and kind of use it to double as a contour. Brush, it's kind of flat. I'm just going to use this middle shade here to contour just very lightly to bring some dimension into the cheeks and the nose. Alright, and for my cheeks, I'm going to use my Tarte Tipsy blush. It's this very pretty corally color, and I love the healthy coloring it gives to my cheeks. And I'm going to go ahead and just use my Luxie 514 blush brush for that. For highlighting, I'm going to go ahead and get into MarylouMANizer highlighter, and I'm going to go ahead and use my Luxie 522 tapered highlighting brush. I like to be pretty generous about my highlight, so I'm going to hit the top of my cheekbones and kind of round that up to my forehead a little bit. Hit the tip of my nose, my Cupid's bow, just down the middle bridge of my nose. I don't necessarily like to swipe all the way down. And then I'm just going to get some of that on the tip of my finger and put it on my inner corner. It just really brightens up everything here. It makes your eyes look more awake. Which generally, if I'm doing this makeup look, I'm not very awake. And then for brows, this is kind of up to you. I'm more of a natural brow person. I usually just take a spoolie and make my brows the shape I want them to be. And then with this Skone Cosmetics, I can't even read I've rubbed off the label, but it just looks like this. I kind of just outline the bottom here and kind of fill in some sparse areas, especially this brow. My face is not dimensional at all. I mean, I'm sure you can tell by now. And that's including my brows. It's just how it is. So I usually like to use this, but sometimes if I'm in a real big hurry, I'll use the Essence Make Me Brow, and it's just like a brow tint. It's really nice for on the go. It just has this little brush on there, and you kind of just comb it through. Today I think I'm going to actually do my brows. Like I said, it really doesn't take me that long because I don't like a huge bold brow. Even if I'm doing a bold makeup look, I just like my brows to look somewhat more natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this, but this is just an easy option if you want something just to brush through your brows real quick. Okay, now the brows are done. I know this probably doesn't look very natural for some people, but my brows are actually naturally pretty thick by themselves, but they're just really light. So all I actually do is just run some color through them. I don't outline them bigger than what they are. It's just how they are, so I don't fight it. Also, taking a little break because generally if I'm doing this, I am in a rush and I am trying to drink something for breakfast. So this is something I would have for breakfast. It is my daily supply of greens from Isogenics mixed with some supplements and aloe vera juice. It looks about as appetizing as it really is, but I get all my greens for the day and it really just helps me keep going. So alright, now I'm to the point where I've had my breakfast. I'm just going to finish up with one last coat of mascara on my top and bottom lashes. And then I'm just going to finish up with a setting spray. This is the Ben Nye setting spray. It came in a weird bottle. The sprayer was weird and then I think it broke, so this is just one of those little bottles from Target. It's not my favorite in the world, but I'm out of every other setting spray and this does do the job. It really does make your makeup last longer and stay all day the way that you had it. Alright, and that setting spray is nice because it doesn't take very long to dry and it smells like mint. So then the last thing I'm going to do is just go ahead and powder my under eyes. I'm going to go ahead and use this because I already have the kit out. Sometimes this powder is too yellow for me and I would use a different powder, but it's just right here. Okay. So this is basically the finished look. It's super simple. You kind of still look put together. I mean, you could even do another coat of mascara if you want it to be a little bit more bold. Or if you layer up two different mascaras, it'll give you more of that like spidery effect. At this point in life, what I would normally do is run a brush through my hair, spray on that dry shampoo because Lord knows we don't have time to do all this hair right now, and probably pop on a lip color. So I am gonna do just that and I'll be right back. Okay, and this is the finished look. So basically guys, you can add or subtract anything that doesn't suit you or whatever you don't have time for. The reason I can do this in a matter of 10 minutes is because this is my routine. I've got it down. I know exactly what I want to do. I know what I want to accomplish. So really, if you want to change this routine to fit you better, maybe some of the steps aren't for you, that's totally fine. Okay, so basically, like I said, I ran a brush through my hair, some dry shampoo, I have a headband in. That's mostly because I'm growing out my bangs and they're in the way. And then I just put on a NYX Butter Lipstick in the color BLS17 Pops Explosive. I just think it's a really pretty neutral color, adds color back into your face, and I love it. And then usually on a day like this, I just pop on this sweater. It's my favorite sweater. I got it for $5 at Goodwill, and it is so comfortable, it is so cozy, and it's long enough to wear leggings with. So just throw on some leggings and a pair of boots, and I am out the door. And it looks like I cared more than what I actually did. My hair is straight because, this is gonna be gross, I straightened my hair about a week ago, and I just haven't washed it. So that's why I can not do my hair. Like, I can just run a brush through it because I don't wash my hair hardly ever. I do shower, I just don't wash my hair for like a week or 2 weeks. Dry shampoo is my best friend. That's the reality of it. So anyways, I hope this was easy enough for you to follow. I hope that I didn't talk too much, and I I hope that this is a doable look for you guys to recreate or maybe put into your morning routine. So I hope you guys enjoy this Wednesday night makeup night. Get ready with me, style talk through, and I hope that you know that you are worth it, you are wonderful, you are loved, you are beautiful, and that you have a great week. Until next time, guys.